when you look at the NFL, there's only one team that's happy at the end of the season, and that's the team that won the Super Bowl. Everyone else lost. They've all been defeated. The only season I was a full-time starter in the NFL, 1984, we were 5-11. Not good. You're smiling. Your first season at Bowling Green, you were 0-5 in the COVID year, and then you finished the season, your career 10-20. Andrew, 2-10 at New Mexico State. One year you started there. And Michael, not a lot to say about there. The Trojans won every week, and you never started. So, how do we deal with defeats? How do we deal with those moments? They can be gut punches. How do we deal with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so hard, especially with football. You put so much into it. It's the ultimate team game. A big reason why I think it's such an awesome sport is you're relying on the guy next to you, right? It's, not like golf, right? Where you got one guy and your caddy.
Or swimming or track or
whatever, right?
Yeah, right.
Again, I go back to control what you can control, and that's your job. Like Bill Belichick says, right? Do your job. It's so simple, but I think it's impactful. It's challenging though when you are in this funk and you're going through the course of the season and the energy is depleted. I think that's opportunities for guys to step up and really try to bring the energy back and focus on the little things. Focus on making a key block in practice or going through your progression in 7-on-7. Trying to get just a little bit better each and every day. And I think that's where coaches come in too.
Well, I think like presence, like staying present in the moment. Like you can't think about past losses or games you have coming up.
But you do. It enters in.
It creeps in.
Yes.
So
especially if you're in a downward spiral.
For sure. So tips on how to remain, like you said, in that moment, that play, this practice. What am I bringing to this practice? Not worrying about who you're playing this week or next week, or maybe the mistakes that were made the week before. You got to watch those, right? You got to move on. You got to have the belief that good things are going to come. And if you're visualizing good things, being grateful for the opportunity to be out here at practice, right? That you get to go play another game this week. You get another opportunity to put your best out there. If you have contentment that you've given everything you can to be successful and the outcome doesn't work out, that doesn't necessarily translate to, your personal success or failure in what you put into it.
Yeah, any game doesn't determine who you are as a team, as a person, as anything, but it's defined by the score, right? So then you look at that and you get bummed out. And but to your point, Michael, if you take a bigger picture, like why am I doing this? Like why am I here? Why am I playing this game? It can pull you out of that.
And those questions become louder, I think, the more you lose.
They do, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they do.
The outside noise comes in. You get less people showing up to your
especially
games.
Today, crazy with the media and everything, social media.
Absolutely. And I think the key is that everyone on your team needs to buy into it, even if you're not playing.
You're right. So when we played at SC, the good old days when we won every week, we walked out of the tunnel, we knew we were going to win the game. The only question is by how much. I remember we played Notre Dame in 1978. We came back at the end and we won the game. Joe Montana was the quarterback for the Irish. This is his worst loss in the history of his career. So just want to repeat that. Anyway, sorry, Joe. But I talked to a guy who was a walk-on on our team. And I said, what do you think about, did you think we were going to come back and win the game? It's like a day later or whatever. And he said, everyone knew we were going to come back and win the game. To your point, team effort, team vibration, team frequency, team energy.
Absolutely.
If everyone buys into that, everyone believes that. But you've got those that go there, something bad happens, oh, that happened last week, that happened 10 weeks ago, it didn't go well, and then you've got this negative vibe, here we go again.
Yeah.
I look back on my career, and quick background, I transferred from Boston College where I was the backup, so didn't start, transfer, had to sit out the full year. Finally get to play. I'm so excited. Been waiting so long.
We were so excited for you.
And it's COVID. We were supposed to play Ohio State first game. I'm really glad we didn't. I would have been carried off in a stretcher. But we went 0-5, and I'm like, this is what I was waiting for. I'm getting my butt kicked. I tore my shoulder, had surgery. I'm like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
But to all your guys' point, you got to look at the bigger picture. We totally like zoomed out, looked in, need total buy-in, every single person on the team. We probably kicked 20 people off of the team that were locker room cancers that didn't buy in, which 100%. That's necessary to do at times.
We had guys like that on our team too.
Yeah, and just took it one day at a time. We're gonna get 1% better each day. Next year we win some games, we go 4-8. My last year we go 6-6, make it.
You
to
beat
a
Minnesota
bowl game.
the next year, 2021. You beat
that
Minnesota.
really started that picture.
Yeah,
if you can see
that
it.
was.
But yeah, and
awesome.
then totally rebuild the program,
Then you made
make
it
it
to
to
a
a
bowl
bowl
game
game for the first time in 7 years, and they've been making bowl games ever since. So definitely left a lasting legacy on that team.
Well, even our games, you know, I know we won a lot, but they're much like your team. There were a handful of games that were touch and go, and you know, late game, maybe we're not quite up. You got a team that's coming in wanting to shock the world. I mean, I think about the Fresno State game. Like, Reggie has this game of his life, but like that was a tight game. Like we kind of needed all those yards
Fresno State was
Reggie
playing
had.
out of their minds.
They were not afraid.
No.
And you know we had games. We had a game up in like Washington State that was touchy.
Yep.
That you know few people even watched.
Right.
Right. It's like, oh, we only won by a touchdown.
Right.
So there are those moments, those micro moments within games that, you know, if you have a collective team belief in frequency, as you said, where everyone believes that, you know, it's going to be, we were getting our butt kicked by Arizona State at Arizona State. You know, Sam Keller's running off the field, like pumping the fans up. I think we're down 2 or 3 scores. And no one in the locker room thought that we were going to lose that game. That was that overall collective belief of that program during that time. That comes from leadership. That comes from the preparation that we all had, you know, knowing that at some point someone's going to make a play to flip the momentum, and we're going to start rolling again.
I think that's also something that doesn't get talked about enough. Like, yeah, you look at all these good historical teams and good teams that maybe have had down years and they come back, right? They flip the program around like what you guys did, right? I think it's a credit to your coaching staff and weeding the guys out that brought the bad energy. You need to get those guys out of there because they're not helping anyone, right?
Yeah.
And they're not helping themselves. More
or
importantly,
help them convert. Like the messaging needs to be sound, and the decision needs to be made by the players. That I believe in these guys, their message, and our ultimate leadership message, right, of the head coach down to the assistant coaches, down to the team, that they're going to put me in the best position to win. And when you lose a lot, you start questioning a lot of those things. And you start looking out for, like, I'm going to go get mine, and then I'm going to move on and get out of here.
Or these guys don't know what they're doing. And
which isn't a way to
you lose it.
Yeah, that's not the energy you can bring to any sports, because the game will get you at some point.
Robinson would kick us off the field at least once or twice a year. I thought we were having a good practice. I think he was just doing it to do it.
Yeah.
And we were so flipping good. You know,
like you got to manufacture some sort of.
All of a sudden we're like, "Get out of here, you guys stink!" And we're like,
and keep
really?
you guys in check.
So so we'd have a team meeting, player-only meeting. Leaders would get up.
Yeah.
It was just a way to kind of keep. I think just to kind of like, you know, shock us into like, hey, we got to like continue to stay on our game. Seasons long, hard, week after week after week to keep that energy up. So
and I think too, when you lose, you have an opportunity to get better. And
right.
You got to go back to the drawing board.
Correct.
Right? You got to look at your mistakes, but you can't dwell on it, right? You got to flush it. You got to go to the next
24-hour rule.
And the leadership, the coaches have such a big role in high school as well, to not always look at, you know, did we execute, were we successful in our game based off the scores. at the end of the game, right? Because there's
Right.
games where you don't play so great, but things work out. Maybe you get a few gifts here and there, and it looks a lot better than it was.
You sneak by with a win.
We used to always, I don't know if it was Sark or Kiffin or someone, it's probably Sark, that said, like, the film's never as good as you think it was after the game, and it's never quite as bad as you think it was too. When you flip it on, you really like dig down into the plays.
Sam Martigliano, my old head coach at Cleveland, would say the same thing. Because I asked him, I didn't see the film yet. How did it look? He said, never quite as good, never quite as bad.
Yeah, which is really interesting because
always stuff to do.
Because the majority of the sports are here, and then you have kind of those winning moments. Good games, tight games. You have those
winning moments. I think your best players make big plays, and you make the plays when you need to make them.
Right.
Roger Federer, my guy, won 80% of his matches, but he only won 54% of his points played.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but back to the belief that he knew he was going to make the shot when he needed to make the shot, and the guy playing him was probably like, oh man, here he comes.
Yeah.
Like, or like, time. Oh my gosh, I'm going to beat Roger Federer. Oh my gosh, I'm hanging in here.
Now I'm like,
what am I doing?
Stressing out.
What am I doing? Like, what am I doing?
Tight.
Can't play freely.
That's a huge part of sports, to play freely, relaxed. That's the key to it, right? And that's why it's so challenging, at the end of the game, like end of game moments. And
anxiety gets high. How are you controlling your emotions during that time?
You had a great end of game moment against Toledo. Talk about that one for a second.
Thought we were talking about defeats. We can talk about it. Sweet victory.
No, we're going to flip it.
We're our crosstown rival. Snow's falling down. Little backstory, my girlfriend went to Toledo, so the whole crowd is chirping her, yelling her name at me the entire game. We come out hot. We're up 21-0 like in the blink of an eye. And then they kind of hung around, and they actually end up going up at the very end. There's now 50 seconds left.
In the snow.
And the snow is starting to come down harder, and we're down. We're like, what the heck? We've been winning the entire game. We go out there, 50 seconds to kick a field goal to go win it. First play, I take a bad sack.
The worst sack I've ever seen.
Worst sack ever.
I was yelling at the TV.
Oh yeah, you got one timeout, right? And you take
one timeout. Have to take the timeout. There's now like 40 seconds. We're on our own.
2nd and 20.
30-yard line. And I kind of realized in that moment, like, all right, these guys are pinning their ears back.
Yeah.
My tackles are on skates out there in the snow. Like, they're running right by them. I kind of got to get creative, and I started stepping up, moving in the pocket, kind of doing scramble drill. Hit one play, and then I get hammered again, and I know the tackle's going to get beat again, so I just run up, literally dirt in the play. I'm spitting up blood before we snap the last snap. And
the
tailback's like, I'm just gonna kind of move around and get open. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's go. Hike the ball.
Backyard football.
Backyard football, a step up. I get hit as I'm throwing it. He's not even looking yet. It kind of hits him right in the face. He ends up breaking 5 tackles, and we win.
Win the game.
Runs it all the way in for 40 yards.
Well, in that moment, you were just kind of in the flow. You were just playing.
So question,
I wasn't thinking. I was a little kid in the backyard playing football like you always dream of. I used to dream of your games at the tailgates. Like, all right, we're down 1 touchdown. There's 30 seconds left. Like, let's go make a sweet comeback victory.
So you're up the whole game, right? And then they go up. Did the thought of defeat and losing the game ever creep in?
I mean, definitely. You got to kind of push that down, but when you're in the heat of the battle, you don't really have time to be thinking of those things. You're like thinking about doing your job to the best of your ability and executing.
In that Notre Dame game where we came back at the end, I played with a broken ankle. It was a hairline fracture, and I didn't know it at the time, but I was just taped it up. I was playing. It was ABC TV. I wasn't going to miss it. And so, in Montana, they take the lead at the end of the game, and I'm on the sideline thinking, what is going on? We had this game won. I don't even know what's going on with my ankle. We are not losing this game. So I told the O-line, I said, don't let anybody in. Just tackle them if you have to. All we need to do is get 40 yards. We'll go down, kick a field goal, we'll win this thing. So that's what we did. So I think there's this like resoluteness about it too. about looking defeat, staring it in the eye, and not be willing to take it. Sometimes you have to take it, but then you let it go. You move right through it, and you lace them up next week, and you do it again. And to your point, you do it to get better.
When you prepare for those moments in practice.
Right, all the time.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Preparation breeds confidence, and at the end of the day, it comes down to belief.
Yeah, and at those end of the games, in those big moments, is where you need to flow back to your preparation, your fundamentals. Don't make stuff up. Keep it simple. You look at Tom Brady's Super Bowl wins, his first one when they went down.
Checkdowns.
He checked down to the running back 80% of the drives, and then hit one throw, kick a field goal, game over.
Right.
Right.
That's what, again, and you and I were talking about this the other day. I was talking to Norv Turner, former coach, head coach in the NFL, coach of Troy Aikman at the Cowboys. I was asking about Aikman. I go, how does Aikman do it? I mean, because he had all these comeback from behind wins, fourth quarter comebacks. And he said, he doesn't get better. He just stays the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everyone else freaks out.
With back to Federer, right?
Back to Roger, same thing.
Just
Everyone
another
else
point.
freaks out. Just keep playing the game the way you know how to play it to the best of your ability. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't look at the outcome. Don't carry any baggage from the past. And if you have a defeat, it's okay. That life's not over. Move on.
Don't be attached to outcomes.
Don't be attached to the outcome.
Well, also don't be a hero. Make the plays when they're there. Don't try to create the plays. That's when people get into trouble. And that goes across every sport.
I just had a moment in my youth football game coaching my oldest son. Big play in the game. Got to score a touchdown. We're down at the 5-yard line. First and goal. He's 6th grade, so it's 11U football. And we're playing a good team, and we're up 6-0. And I, am trying to manufacture this play in my head that's going to be the perfect play call, right? It's going to be great. But the quarterback's got to do something maybe a little bit outside of his comfort zone. But I think we can get it, right? So I go, and I'm about to call this play, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. That's too much. Let's keep it simple. Let's give him a simple read. Let's give him a ball that he knows he can complete and throw, and let's trust one guy to go win.
Right.
And we, plus the defense over. We throw, a little simple slant route, day one install. Everyone knows what to do. Hit the route, touchdown, we go up and close out the game. So,
high five on that one.
Oh yeah.
High five. High five. Way to go, coach.
Keep it simple, stupid. Right?